صل وسلم وبارك عليه.
Knowledge is not only beneficial for everybody. There are some who knowledge does not benefit, and they are the shirarul ulama. Those ulama who do not act upon their knowledge. Those ulama who go against the teaching of the Quran and the Hadith. Look at the waqiyah, look at the incident that occurred with Shaykh Abdul Qadir al-Jilani radiyallahu ta'ala, Ghawth al-Thaqalain, Shaykh Jami' al-Alam, Shaykh al-Magharib wal-Mashariq. Shaykh Abdul Qadir Jilani radiyallahu ta'ala, after studying the traditional books of knowledge, after studying at the schools of knowledge, he went towards the jungle. He went into the jungles, and in different narrations it says a different period of time that he spent in the jungles. He spent this time in the jungle to seek Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and to gain the qurb of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And there are narrations where he did not eat for a whole year. For 1 whole year he didn't eat. There are narrations where he didn't eat for 3 years. There are narrations where he didn't drink any water for a year. And there are different narrations about Shaykh Abdul Qadir Jilani radiallahu ta'ala. In that period, at one time, when he was really, really thirsty, and he would say that I will not drink, I will not eat until Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala feeds me and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives me drink. At one moment what happens, and the son of Shaykh Abdul Qadir Jilani radiallahu ta'ala narrates this. He says that my father told me that at one time I saw a cloud appear in the sky. A cloud full of water, full of rain. And at that time I was seeking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give me water. And he says when this cloud appeared, from this cloud I heard a voice. And it was a bright cloud. And he says I heard a voice which said, O my servant, O Abdul Qadir, Ya Abdul Qadir, O my servant, you have worshipped me so much, I have forgiven you now. Now I have forgiven you, you need not do any more worship of me. And Shaykh Abdul Qadir Jilani radiallahu ta'ala an, he says that how can I not need to do any worship for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? He says, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. I seek refuge in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from the damned shaitan. And as soon as he says that, and there are different narrations of what the voice was and what Shaykh Abdul Qadir Jilani radiallahu ta'ala replied. This is one of the narrations. As soon as he sought refuge in Allah from the damned shaitan, he saw that that voice and that light emerged into a dark, thick grey cloud which looked ugly, and it began disappearing. And as it was disappearing, the voice says, and it was Shaitan. Shaitan says to Shaykh Abdul Qadir Jilani radiallahu ta'ala that, O Abdul Qadir, your knowledge has saved you today. Your knowledge has saved you today. And Shaykh Abdul Qadir Jilani radiallahu ta'ala replies that, no, it is not my knowledge that has saved me. For if it was knowledge that would save people, then Iblis would have been protected by his knowledge. Because Iblis had a lot of knowledge, but his knowledge did not protect him from becoming misguided. And this Shaitan, he says that I had misguided many 100 or 70 or even more than that according to different narrations by doing this. But O Abdul Qadir, your knowledge saved you. And Shaykh Abdul Qadir Jilani radiallahu ta'ala says, no, it is not my knowledge that saved me. For even Iblis had knowledge, but his knowledge did not protect him from misguidance. The truth is, it is simply the grace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala it is the grace of Allah that Allah has saved me from misguidance. Subhanallah. From this we learn that don't fall prey to knowledge. It is not only knowledge that you look inside a man when you want to follow that man as an alim-e-din, as a murshid. Don't think that he is very knowledgeable, thus I must follow him. Look at the taqwa that person has. See if that person is following the way of our Salaf-e-Salihin. See if he is following the maslak of our past predecessors. See if he is on the footsteps of our past ulama-i kiram.